Hello, and welcome back to our tutorial series on the 2D action platformer kit. Today, I'm excited to walk you through the structure of the stages within the kit. Let's dive straight into a stage to see how it's set up. All stages are organized within the Scenes, Stages folder. Inside, each stage follows a consistent structure of game objects in the hierarchy. When we expand the camera object, you'll notice a cinemachine setup equipped with all the necessary components for following the player. Additionally, there's a camera confiner that ensures the camera stays within predefined bounds. You have the option to click Edit Collider to adjust the confiner's shape to match your stage's layout perfectly. Moreover, there's a separate confiner dedicated to managing the camera's limits during boss fights. This too can be edited to suit the dimensions of your boss room. This setup provides a seamless and dynamic camera movement throughout your game, enhancing the player's experience by focusing on the action where it's most needed. Next, we'll delve into the Scene Manager, where you'll discover a variety of tools designed to initiate different events upon completing stages. As we're currently exploring Stage 1, imagine if a player completes this stage and then decides to revisit it. Here, you can configure unique events to occur upon re-entry, such as spawning different enemies or altering the stage's layout, adding a fresh challenge or surprise for the player. Further down in the Scene Manager, there's functionality that allows you to set events to trigger immediately upon finishing the stage. At the moment, this is configured to initiate the player character's dropout animation and transition to the stage selection scene. Additionally, this process includes saving gameplay data and ensuring the game manager is properly disposed of. This setup not only enhances the game's replay value by introducing variability and surprises for returning players, but also ensures a smooth transition and data integrity as players progress through your game. Continuing our journey through the hierarchy, we encounter the Weapon Manager. This, alongside the Item Manager, is essential to have in every stage. They ensure the weapon and item systems can correctly reference their scriptable objects, a crucial component for the functionality of your game's arsenal and power-ups. The Game Manager Loader plays a different role. It's tasked with the loading of the Game Manager prefab, a core component that orchestrates various aspects of your game's operation. Next on the list is the Character Manager. This is where all playable characters are stored. It dynamically loads the character selected by the player at the start of a new game. With the demo game offering 2 playable characters, selecting the first character triggers the Character Manager to load the character from index 0, whereas choosing the second character will load the one at index 1. This system is designed for flexibility, allowing you to expand the list and incorporate as many characters as your game requires. This structure is meticulously designed to offer both versatility and ease of use, ensuring that developers can seamlessly integrate a wide range of characters, weapons, and items into their game, enhancing the overall gaming experience. Next up is the background music. In this section, you have the freedom to select the music track that will accompany players throughout the stage. Diving deeper into this game object, you also have the option to choose a distinct track to elevate the tension during boss fights. Following the musical ambience is the checkpoint system, a crucial feature for enhancing player experience by managing respawns. Within this system lies the player start marker. This is simply dragged to your desired starting point for the stage, determining where players begin or respawn after a game over. The spawn points are integral to the checkpoint system. These are flexible and can be placed anywhere within your level to mark respawn locations. They double as checkpoints, with a trigger collider to define the activation zone for each checkpoint. The pivot point of a spawn point game object marks the actual respawn location. If you need to set the trigger zone apart from where the player respawns, you can easily adjust this with the offset setting in the collider. Your stage can feature as many spawn points as necessary. Creating new spawn points is as simple as duplicating an existing one and placing it wherever needed in your stage. This flexibility allows you to design levels that are challenging yet fair, providing players with strategic respawn points that keep the game engaging and balanced. Within the stage game object, there's a key feature called Global Light 2D, which is instrumental in bringing your scene to life through lighting. This component allows you to incorporate light sources within your scene, enabling the stage tiles and various elements to interact dynamically with light, creating a more immersive and visually appealing environment. Another crucial element is the background object, which is responsible for the parallax scrolling effect, adding depth to your game by displaying layers of backgrounds behind the stage tiles. This effect is achieved through multiple layers within the background object. In this scenario, there are 4, but you're free to add as many layers as your game requires. Each of these layers can contain multiple images, all contributing to the layered parallax effect. Through the individual layer game objects, you have the ability to fine-tune the parallax effect by adjusting the parallax speed for each layer. This customization allows for a rich, dynamic backdrop that enhances the sense of movement and depth as the player navigates through the stage. This detailed control over both lighting and background motion contributes significantly to the overall atmosphere of your game, making each stage not just a challenge to play through, but also a visually captivating experience. Within the architecture of your stage lies the tile map, the foundational element that shapes the environment your players will navigate. The tile map is segmented into various layers to enrich gameplay dynamics. Solid layer forms the ground and platforms on which the player and other characters can walk. Background layer adds aesthetic depth without interacting with gameplay. Ladder layer allows characters to climb, introducing vertical mobility. One-way platforms enables players to jump onto platforms from below while preventing descent. Spike layer, a hazard that instantly eliminates the player and other characters upon contact. To begin designing your stage, first access the tile palette by navigating through Window, 2D, Tile Palette in Unity. Once opened, dock the window for easy access. Simply select the desired layer, choose a tile, and paint directly onto the tile map to sculpt your stage. We'll dive deeper into crafting stages with the tile map in a future tutorial, offering you detailed insights into maximizing this tool for creative stage design. Next, let's discuss pits. Marked by red zones on the map, these deadly traps result in instant death for the player and other characters on contact. If your stage design includes such hazards, pits can be implemented using pit colliders, which are easily placed and resized to fit your needs. Should your stage require multiple pits, duplicating an existing pit collider allows for quick adaptation. Within the Object to Destroy dropdown, specific objects targeted for removal upon certain conditions can be selected for enhanced interactivity. Moving on to destructible blocks, which are absent in this stage but present in Stage 2, we'll explore their functionality. These blocks, found in prefabs and objects, can be destroyed by certain weapons, adding a layer of strategy to gameplay. To assign a weapon the capability to destroy blocks, navigate to scriptable objects, weapons, and select either a melee or ranged weapon. For instance, by adjusting the settings for the ranged weapon laser beam, you can add the obstacle layer to its hittable targets, enabling block destruction with this weapon. This setup provides a versatile framework for stage design, offering myriad possibilities for creating engaging and dynamic levels that challenge and delight players. Continuing with our stage setup, let's focus on the enemies object. This game object is a container for all the adversaries players will encounter within your stage. Adding an enemy to your stage is straightforward. Navigate to the Prefabs Enemies folder, and from there, you can easily drag and drop any enemy prefab into your stage. Similarly, incorporating a boss enemy follows the same process, with an added step to ensure the stage concludes upon the boss's defeat. To achieve this, delve into the boss's actor object and look for the On-Actor Died event. Here, you'll link the Scene Manager and select the Level Over function. Executing this setup triggers all the events you've prepared within the Scene Manager under On Level Over, marking the completion of the stage upon defeating the boss. This functionality not only adds depth to your stage design, but also creates a sense of progression and achievement for players. It encapsulates the challenge of the stage within the final boss battle, rewarding players with the satisfaction of overcoming the stage's ultimate obstacle. Wrapping up our stage setup, let's talk about the Objects game object. This is where you'll place collectible items for the player, such as currency, weapons, items, extra lives, health boosts, and energy power-ups. These collectibles are essential for enriching the gameplay experience, offering players rewards for exploration and progression. To add these to your stage, head over to the Prefabs Pickup folder. Within this treasure trove, you'll find a variety of objects designed to benefit the player. simply select the desired object from this folder and drag it into your stage. Position it strategically to challenge the player or to guide them through the level. Once placed, these objects are set up and ready to be collected by players, adding another layer of interaction and excitement to your game. This process not only imbues your stage with a sense of adventure and reward, but also allows for a dynamic gameplay environment where players can find and use various items to help them on their journey. Let's circle back to stage 1 and hit play to witness everything we've set up spring to life. Immediately, we observe that the character manager has successfully instantiated a player character for us to control. Moreover, our camera setup has identified this character as both the follow and look at transform, ensuring our view is always centered on the action. The checkpoint system has also done its job perfectly, positioning the player character at the start of the stage as we designated with the player start object. Now let's test the mechanics by intentionally falling into this pit here. As expected, the player is reset to the starting point since we haven't activated any checkpoints yet. Noticeably, our lives count has decreased from 3 to 2. Continuing through the stage, we approach our first checkpoint. Let's make our way to this pivotal point. Having reached it, we can check the checkpoint manager to verify that our current checkpoint has been updated to this location. So, diving into the pit now respawns us at this newly activated checkpoint. We can keep respawning at checkpoints as long as we have lives left. Now, with 0 lives remaining, dying again will cause the player to spawn back at the beginning of the stage after selecting Restart. And that wraps our tutorial on the stage structure of the 2D action platformer kit. If you have any questions, or if anything wasn't clear, please don't hesitate to drop a message here or on the official Arctentrion Discord server, where I try to respond to all your questions. You'll find the link to the Discord server in the video description below. Thank you so much for watching. If you're interested in staying up to date with the kit or any future projects, I'd really appreciate it if you could subscribe. Your support means a lot and helps in continuing to develop and share these resources. Until next time, happy game developing.